Get it out, get it out, get it out, get it out. I think they said that phrase like 15,000 times. And I'm joined with my co-host, Nick.
Another Danny Boyle misfire. I don't have a quote for you because that was going to be my quote, or the F word, because, you know, that's said every 6 seconds.
No, how about what do you call your female strays? Strumpet.
Strumpet.
Or how about when he's in the studio and he starts growling at the guy?
I will admit, there were parts of this movie that were kind of funny. And I like the whole scene when he used the dogs to find Strumpet.
Yeah.
But guys, if anybody is listening to this and you do decide to do the next thing, just don't watch this movie.
Okay.
Just don't watch it. And if you are going to watch it, you can just skip the first 6 minutes. Because it's literally, what do you mean?
I actually like the intro better than him, yes. Just every 2 seconds, just dropping the F word, F this, F that.
Not that I mind the swearing. I just was like, I'm like, okay, this is a good 5 minutes I can cut off this movie. Because the second that I saw it turn on, I'm like, oh no. This is going to be the same thing as nude vacuuming.
Yes. But you're not going to believe this, but I think I might like vacuuming nude, completely nude in paradise better than this one. Maybe, just by a little bit. Because I do get this is more of a lighthearted, cheery ending in comparison to unless you count the DJ kid getting, what he always dreamed to have as a happy ending. But comparatively, this one has he ends up, I don't know about ends up with the girl, but he finds her, like you said, with the dogs. And it's kind of more cute.
And of course, it wouldn't be a Danny Boyle film without. And not just any Danny Boyle, because he just does it differently. To me, it doesn't make sense. Like, okay, he finds this chick who was getting I don't know, some dude was hitting all up on her and whatnot and hit her or something, right? So he gets up and he just nope. And takes her in. Okay, I understand that. Gets the bath going for her. But then it just got, again, weird. I knew which direction it was going to. And then she just starts playing the guitar. And I'm like, at least she's not gross. But I still don't understand why she's... I just don't understand how we got to this point.
Gosh. Speaking of that, I love every single time she's playing her... It's so funny.
It does. It really does. Every time. I'm like, okay, another Danny Boyle kind of thing here. At least no dudes got... So that was good.
Well, yeah. I mean, he started to at the big performance. He took off his shirt and he was swinging it around.
I don't know if I made it that far.
Okay. What? You got to the dogs finding her? That was pretty much the end.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's about as far as I got, though.
Oh,
then, he's on stage, and once he got on stage, I looked at the time left, and I'm like, I'm not missing anything else.
Another wrap up. Yes. Okay. I'm kind of excited to get in this one because this one starts to feel more like Millions a little bit. There's lots of little moments that I'm like, I love this so much. I love when the guy has a roll of toilet paper as his, I don't know, did you
business cards? I
yes,
didn't see that part.
His business cards.
Funny.
And he holds it out the window and the wind carries it up to him.
Yeah, what's up with the pile of dirt? I went back and tried to rewatch it. I'm like, when does this come up before the pile of dirt was just dumped?
Well, it's because the guy was mad at him for taking his girl. Remember, he took her away from that guy that slapped her at the bar.
Oh, that was the truck driver that dumped the dirt.
Yeah,
there?
that was yes.
Well, he did him a favor, it seems like.
I know, right? Because it just fuels this guy. Uh-huh. It seems, and then I love his neighbor. Oh my gosh, Nick, he totally...
With the microphone?
Yes,
okay, yeah. It's just holding the microphone. It's I'm like, okay, this is whatever.
He is so funny. But I totally pictured you in some of those meetings like him, just the energy he has. Like, if I did get back into film and start making movies, I would totally have you be my, what is it called, the producer? Or is it the guy that, he essentially talks and sells
the manager.
My work. Yeah, so you'd be there and you'd be selling the work. And when he's in there trying to sell his work, I just love that scene. I just love the energy. It cracks me up. Because you're good at that. You're good at selling things. I mean...
I wouldn't be selling that crap music, I'll tell you what.
I know. Did you think it was any better, though, when they kind of... What is it? What do you call that when the company gets a hold of it and essentially puts their hands into it, it became more a product of a company. What would you call that? Because at first it's very raw and just there, like they won't even stand next to the mic. And then the company comes in, rewrites everything, they fire him, and it just becomes another product, a piece of the puzzle. I don't know. Anyways, I can't think of the word, but...
Well, that's just how it is, man. That's what they do.
Yeah, it just becomes another part, a cog in the system of the corporate
just
society.
Commercializing it.
Yes, thank you, commercializing.
Putting it out what they think people want to hear, not necessarily what the artist wants to do.
Yeah, well, I was just saying, did you think it sounded any better, though, than when they were singing?
Yeah, it did. I wouldn't have listened to it the first time. When they actually had like the music and the beat kind of going, I was like, I can get into this. But then you never really heard anything. She just kind of stood there, and then the dude came on just screaming, "Get out!" I'm like, okay.
I know. I love it. There's a lot of little things like the toilet paper flying in the wind. It's kind of, I was going to say fantastical, but it feels a bit surreal. And I love stuff like that. And I love too where he's like writing on all the walls every time he enters in a room or he's in the car. He's just like always writing down lyrics. And then I love when the guy's in the studio reading his lyrics. He's like, I didn't write that. He's like, I literally took it off the wall where you wrote it. No, that wasn't me. And I love it. And I love how much of an animal he becomes throughout this film. Like you just see like how he's living, and he just is completely devoid the machine that is society. He just like wants nothing to do with it. And so it's just very fun, like how animalistic he is and like how much he wants to be. I mean, he literally barks at people and growls. It's hilarious. And it's very entertaining to watch. And you can just tell by how he speaks and how little interested he is, how not interested he is in people. And I mean, well, not people, but like society, you know? And so it's fun.
Uh-huh.
I really like this film. The more I think about it, the more I like it. But
well, there you go, folks. There's Jordan analyzing this movie. You explained it so well. And as you're saying all those things, like all of that just went right up over me when I was watching this movie, because for me, I wasn't really thinking about the movie. I'm just like, where's the end? When is the end coming?
Wait, but did you like the part? I love when he gets the crackers and he's sitting down and he breaks it and it like explodes. Oh my gosh, that made me laugh so hard.
The what? I may have
seen that part. Oh, well, he comes home just after rescue. I mean, I don't know if you call it a rescue, but he helps that girl get away from the guy that slapped her. And then he brings her home for the first time, and he's got like food for her, and he like breaks open the biscuits and it just explodes everywhere. Oh, I did love another part when the guy's like, your trumpet? And he's, no, strumpets, because aren't those biscuits? No, yeah, trumpets? Scrumpets, right? What? Isn't there a name for biscuits in England? It's like,
I don't know, but I think it's Strumpet. I don't know.
Yeah, the guy calls it a crumpet, and he's like, you guys are a crumpet, and he's like, it's a strumpet.
Strumpet.
That just made me smile. When he's in the bathroom, like cleaning up so that she can take a bath, I loved his cuts. Like, there's something so, I need to like analyze and break it down because the cuts are so awesome. Like, I love it. I don't even know how to describe it because it's like something you just need to visually see. I don't know if it's a mixture of the sound and how he's like swinging and then cutting between certain things, but it's not like jarring either. I mean, maybe it is a bit jarring. It's actually like I get such a high off of it. Like there's like endorphins exploding in my head because I'm like, I would rather see so many more of these movies than any more Marvel or DC garbage. I'm just so tired and done with those movies. That just feels like such a corporate movie. They're just pooping them out at this point. And so this film is it's so refreshing to me, like to see this because it's like so not like any of those films. So
I'm gonna take a wild guess and say that you were one of the 15 people that reviewed this movie and gave it 4.5 stars or whatever. I saw this and I'm like, oh, it's got a high rating, but only 15 people viewed it. That's because only 15 people know about the movie's existence, and they're all people like you.
Yeah.
Me, I don't know. It's just another movie, man. I would have been okay not watching. However, in a way, I'm glad I did because it gives me, it makes me feel better that the movies that I love that people say are not. They're lying. They haven't seen these, and they should. However, I get the artistic view. You gotta look at this movie from that type of view. If you can. I am incapable of seeing movies like that. So to me, this was like a home movie, like a home video, like watching a home video.
Yeah, there was moments it felt like that. And I will admit it lulled a few times.
And it was only an hour and 12 minutes long.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't even know if I'd say lulled. It just kind of dragged on a bit because of the camera footage, like you said, looking like a home video, just that quality, like I couldn't really see or tell what was going on. And I was like, I really want to like see Danny's awesome, like,
the quality just takes away from the movie, I feel like, because it's just like...
For a movie like this, I think quality could have helped it, and the second half. But, I mean, the first half, like, how he's living, and it's a lot like Vacuuming Nude in Paradise, where it's like he's kind of living like almost like a homeless person. Like, it almost seems like he's a squatter living in this house because he just has a bunch of dogs around him, and it just looks like a complete disaster
Yeah,
mess.
it's gross.
Yeah.
It's gross.
To live like that.
That girl probably would have been better off somewhere else.
I was going to say, if somebody has access to the Venus de Milo instead, Scout, The Night Watching Monkeys, which are 4 other of his early films, the very first films he ever made, let me know. I would love to get access to those and talk about them. And I found half of Scout on YouTube, but I'd really like to see the other half. Let us know, because me and Nick want to review those.
I don't want to review those. I don't.
Send them in so I can torture
You gotta pick
Nick.
something new, man. There's been a couple new movies that just came out. What was that? A couple on HBO, I think. Wasn't there a new Netflix one that just came out too?
Yeah, what's that one Pamela Anderson show? I've heard it's pretty good.
Pam Anderson.
Yeah.
She used to be hot.
And it's got Seth Rogen in it. I think it'd be
big emphasis on used to be. You gotta go back like a long time when she was like
Baywatch.
Yeah, or in
I haven't seen that one.
I did. That's the Pam Anderson edition, man. I saw that as a kid too. I snuck up on that. I saw that. Just kind of found it one day. It was a Pam Anderson. It was my first I ever saw, actually. Pam Anderson.
Is it a magazine?
Yeah, it's a magazine.
Well, I know. I didn't know. You made it sound like it was a movie because we were talking about movies.
No, I think they made like a CD with a bunch of stuff on there.
Oh, okay.
That was with the magazine, I think. I don't know. I may or may not have put the CD in.
Yeah.
Computer. I'm like, whoa, it's a whole new world. Anyway.
I liked even the fish were like fake. Like it totally goes with the whole corporate idea. It's like they can't even have real fish at this place. It just makes me so happy. It's like, yes, all this corporate garbage. Yeah, screw Disney.
Jordan is so happy that he has the opportunity to tell you that he loves this movie.
Yeah.
And I'm happy I have the opportunity to tell you not to watch this movie.
Well, it isn't my favorite. And I was looking at top 10 lists. I keep saying 127 Hours is the first movie you should watch of his, but everybody apparently says Train Spotting is his best film. And I might agree with that. I just thought 127 Hours would be more accessible to people because Train Spotting's pretty old. But a lot of people say that one, and then they talked about probably the sequel to that being somewhere up there as well, and Sunshine, and eventually 127 Hours. But Slumdog Millionaire was the other one that people had really high on their list. So watch those first, and I'll make my top 10. I mean, I'll write out in order which ones are my favorite as soon as we get through all the films of Danny Boyle.
Oh my goodness! All the films of Danny
There's
Boyle.
not that much
There'll
more.
Be some good ones coming.
We only got like 3 or 4 more left to do.
Let me take back my previous statement where I said don't watch this movie. That's not true because, again, there are at least 15 people that really love this movie.
On Amazon Prime.
So maybe you will. Here's what's going to happen. You're either going to think this movie is trash or you're going to love it. There is no in between. There's no star 2, 3, and 4 in this.
Wait, have you seen American
5.
Have you seen American Beauty?
No, maybe.
Oh, well, there's a scene where he's watching
Is
some trash blowing in the wind, and he starts getting teary-eyed and emotional, and he's talking about how like beautiful it is. And I'm just saying, like, some people can have appreciation for trash, Nick.
You're right. And some people will have an appreciation for this movie, like 1 in 100. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing. That's just saying that those people have more creative minds and would be able to watch the movie for what it is like you and be able to know about the fish and not be someone like me that skipped halfway through and just tried to get like the main focus of what this movie was about. And it sucks. He got screwed and he left her. He left me. reminds me of Jurassic Park. He left us. He left us.
Yes, right? That was great. And another movie that they make trash look beautiful in is Swiss Army Man. Just saying. It is a thing, Nick.
None of these I've seen. And in fact, I didn't even hear of Danny Boyle, or I'd probably seen some of his movies, but if you had been like, who's Danny Boyle? I'd been like, man, I don't know. Did he die or something? But I don't know, man. I don't know what I have to think about this guy.
Yeah.
You're going to have to wow me, man. You have to something. I may have seen 127 hours. I just don't remember if I liked it or not.
It's all right, Nick. We're moving up the chain. You're going to see some good ones. Or some you might like. I don't know. We'll see.
Well,
then I guess, do we recommend it? I've already
you
said.
recommend it. You recommend it.
No, I recommend his best films.
And
then,
because of your amazing review of the movie, we'll take a 60-40. I'll take the 40% dip in this one. So we're going to say 60% yes, 40% no. But
well, I think if more people saw it, I think there'd be a lot more people that wouldn't be too thrilled about it, maybe.
more people saw it, that rating would go down a little bit.
Drastically, probably.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think if he just used better quality cameras, I think this...
I feel like that took so much away. I really do. I'm like, I can't, it's so fuzzy.
Maybe. Like, this one essentially set him up to make 28 Days Later. Like, this... It was
Which
vacuuming,
I also couldn't barely get through.
This one and then 28 Days Later. And I just feel like that was a perfect make of these other two TV shows. I mean, they're TV, what do they call them? TV movies.
This should have been a short.
Maybe. I mean, you could have cut a little bit out of it. But
You could have. They should have just done it as like a 30-minute short. With better quality, it would have been so bad.
Yeah. Well, but like I said, I think it kind of set him up to make 28 Days Later, which I think is so freaking good. Oh my gosh. I love that movie so much.
I think you have a man crush on Danny Boyle.
I might. Some things I've noticed too, with early digital, with a lot of the blacks, it's kind of, I mean, I kind of love the look because it's kind of got a grainy look to it. But I've noticed with some of the darks, the black, it kind of essentially, you can't see all the shapes that are there because it's like too black, if that makes sense. Like, I've noticed that as they started to get better with digital, and then you could start seeing more things. But for example, Dawn of the Dead, I rewatched that, and even remastered, you still can't see everything in some of those darks. Which, I mean, sometimes that works because they're trying to hide things, like in The Godfather when they're like trying to hide the eyes. But I don't know. It's just something I noticed. Any final thoughts about the movie, Nick? Any nitpicks?
Nitpicks? I already said all mine.
Okay.
Terrible quality of the camera. Just terrible.
But you did enjoy anything from it though, Nick, right?
I enjoyed the fact that I was able to sit through most of it.
All right. Yeah, I was going to ask if you were able to watch it all or if you skipped through any of it.
No, I skipped a lot of it. Skipped it. Well, here's the problem, man. I actually had the dreadful task of having to watch it twice. So
Why?
because I turned it on and it was yesterday and I had just gotten home. It was like 10:30. I'm like, all right, I should probably just like watch this.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. He has a movie called Yesterday. So I was like,
oh,
you saw Yesterday? No, you're saying.
No, I didn't see yesterday. I saw this yesterday.
Okay.
And, like the second I turn it on, I'm like, this isn't going to be any different than vacuuming. I already knew what was going to happen in the movie. I'm like, this is going to be the same thing, same quality. The chick's going to get, there's probably going to be gross people in it. And so after about 8 minutes in, I kind of just took my phone out. I was like looking at shoes and stuff. And then I got really consumed about this article. So I started reading those. So I missed it, like most of the movie.
Oh, okay.
And then today I came home from work and I'm like, I got to try to sit through at least some of this because I don't really know anything about this movie. I kind of overheard some things, but I'm like, I got to watch it so I at least know for sure if I'm not going to like this.
Yeah.
I was not wrong. It's not like I hated it. I'm like, oh, I was kind of like, I knew. And I also knew that nothing can be worse than vacuuming. So I'm like, at the very least, this will be slightly better. But then as the movie was kind of going on, I was like, I might have liked vacuuming nude better. Possibly.
Maybe, yeah. I can't decide.
Because it did make me laugh a couple times.
This one, though, made me laugh a few times. Like, I love that the milkman when he just, slams on his brakes and a bunch of the milk carts fall out. Like, there's some fun moments.
I did like the one part, I guess, kind of made me laugh. He's like, well, what if we buy all the cows up then, eh, mate?
Yes.
What you gonna do then? He just takes off his little thing.
He was a great assistant. He was really funny. He was full of energy. He kind of felt like somebody out of the Train Spotting universe. I almost wonder if he had seen that and was like, I somebody that would be perfect for that kind of a movie. Mm-hmm. So, okay, Nick, sorry, what have you been seeing lately?
I haven't seen anything lately. Well, I did. I can't remember, what was that? I just saw something on either HBO or Netflix. Something new, man. I thought it was pretty good. I was going to actually text it to you. Like, we should review this one because it just came out. It was pretty good. But I don't remember what it was called.
Okay. Well, when you forget the title, let me know.
No. Oh, I watched that documentary on Netflix. Vegan something. Crazy story, man. You should watch it. Dude looks like the Hamburglar. He does. That's all I'm going to tell you.
Wait, the movie's called Vegan something.
No, it's a documentary.
Oh, and it's on HBO?
No, it's on Netflix. Hold on. We're going to refresh this. Let me look it up.
Yeah.
It's called Bad Vegan.
Bad Vegan.
Bad Vegan on Netflix. It's a documentary about this chick that like started this vegan restaurant a long time ago before like vegan was super popular, but she had like a lot of celebrities. It was in New York. A lot of celebrities making bank, and she somehow meets this slob of a guy who just basically takes all her money, and they go on the run and they gamble a lot. He was pretty much a gambling addict. But then you see her, and like back then she was like pretty cute. You know, she's a little older now during the interview, but she was cute. And then she ends up with this dude that literally looks like the Hamburglar. I swear. Just wait till you see him, man. The Hamburglar, when he's got his jumpsuit on, and they even say he looks like right before they said that, I was thinking, dude looks like the Hamburglar. And then the chick on Netflix said, dude looks like the Hamburglar. I'm like, oh, right? Why? Terrible story.
No, well, is it as good though as
Well, obviously not. I know what you're thinking.
a Staircase or Making a Murderer?
No, because those keep you wondering. You figure this out.
Or Fire Festival, the greatest story party that never happened.
Fire Festival was also sad. I remember reading about that. I remember hearing a lot of people talking about that, and then it didn't happen. I was like, sucks.
That was a great
suck.
Netflix original, though.
Bad Vegan Man will be good because you're just going to be like, whoa, this dude just blew so much money on gambling. Millions of her money. And somehow she bought into his crap. He'd ask her for money, and, his explanation for what he was doing was shelving it. Like, I'm just shelving the money, babe. Just shelving. I'm just shelving it. We had this conversation. I'm just shelving. Just give me the money. I'm shelving it. I'm like, he's not shelving it. He's gambling it, you dumbo. What do you think he's doing?
Oh, jeez.
Employees didn't get paid. They wound up going to jail. He got a ton of money out of her mom. He's crazy, dude. It's crazy.
Wow.
It's like the Tinder swindler. You got to see that one, too. That's a good documentary. Dude just swindles all these chicks. Lives an immaculate lifestyle. Private jets. Fancy hotels. Poor old ladies, man. They just want love, and then just some dude comes up in there and just takes all their money.
Didn't Steve Martin, wasn't he would swindle old women? What was that movie called?
I don't know. But yes, people do that.
Yeah, so like I mentioned, I've been watching more Dexter, and it's such a good show. I just love it so much.
It is such a good show. It's the best. They should have just kept making it. I would have never gotten all the Dexter. I just never can. Now Dexter's dead. But he's not dead. He's coming back somehow.
I know. They should bring him back. They
gotta just
like he didn't die when he got shot. They'll just be like,
he didn't.
All of a sudden, no. All you have to do is have the opening shot of season 2 for this new series of Dexter, just him breathing, and it's like, oh, he lived. Bullet didn't kill him. Didn't hit any major whatever.
That's what's gonna happen. It better.
I know. It needs to, because it's so freaking good.
Are they gonna do a second season?
Not from what I've seen.
That sucks.
I know, it's so dumb. It's like, are you freaking kidding me? They brought it back. I was so excited.
Yeah, I had a feeling it wasn't gonna last though.
And you were right. He did kill a few people that weren't murderers accidentally. It wasn't like he tried to do it. Like, it was mostly in self-defense. Mm-hmm. And it was kind of funny how convenient it was that Dokes, who... Well, I guess he was going to turn himself in, but it's just fun to keep the show going. Dexter's dating that psycho chick from the recovery program. What's her name? I don't remember. But she kills Dokes. And so it's just interesting that, it's fun and creative that she was the one to blow him up. So that way Dexter can kind of stay, I wouldn't say clean or good, but you can still root for him. Like, oh, he didn't kill somebody we love. It was the psycho chick.
Right.
And
you know what's going to be good? I think Ozark, the second part's going to be coming soon.
Okay. Soon? It just came out, season part 1.
Yeah, I thought they weren't going to release
it for a year?
Part 2 for not that long. I thought it was supposed to be in April or May or something.
Oh, really?
I don't know.
Well, they're coming out with The Boys season 3. I'm so excited. Oh my gosh.
Mm-hmm.
Did you ever watch Invincible? I can't remember.
No, but I did watch The Boys. I tried. Invincible, the cartoon?
Yeah.
No. Yes, I tried. I was like, no, this is stupid.
Did you watch the whole first episode?
Mm-mm.
Nick, finish the first episode. Just finish it.
No.
I swear, you will get hooked.
I did finish it, I think. I remember being like, I remember we were talking about this. Your brother was like, watch it. I think I watched like maybe a couple episodes. I was like, yeah, no, I'm going to pass.
I think it's better than The Boys, honestly. Like, I love The Boys.
The Boys is pretty good, though.
Oh, it is good. Don't get me wrong. But I think Invincible is so much better.
But I can't really say because I didn't watch all of Invincible, so. I only like funny cartoons.
Yeah. Brickleberry. I think that's everything, unless anything else, Nick.
No.
All right. Peace.
Peace.